1 Chronicles 11:22. Benaiah, son of Joiada, was a valiant fighter from Kabzeel who performed great exploits. He struck down 2 of Moab's best men. He also went down into his pit on a snowy day and killed a lion. And he struck down an Egyptian who was 7.5 feet tall. Although the Egyptian had a spear like a weaver's rod in his hand, Benaiah went against him with a club. He snatched the spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with his own spear. Such were the exploits of Benaiah, son of Jehoiada. He too was as famous as the 3 mighty men. So we have this man who, in verse 22, struck down 2 of Moab's greatest men. Why? He's just one guy. They were so great because he feared God, he worked in God's way, and he looked to God to give him strength. So he was able to accomplish these feats. So these mighty men could perhaps be somebody in the realm of scientific reasoning, who's so well lauded by science, who's so great in their scientific acumen that they trump a lot of Christians because we're just scared of them. But if we look to the sword, the word of God, then we'll be able to triumph over them just like he did over their best men. Nobody's too strong for the Lord's people to come against. He also went down into a pit on a snowy day and killed a lion. So we're in wintertime right now, where all the Christians are separated, feeling that frigidness, trying to encroach upon our lives, on that fervent spirit we share in the multitude when we're free to fellowship and free to sing along together. But he went down into that pit and killed a lion. We know that Satan's out there trying to pick off anybody he can, according to 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7 and 8. And so we can't be left alone straggling. We've got to continue to encourage the brothers. If you've got to text them like that snowy pit where nobody can get down there, then go ahead and do that. But let us continue to earnestly pray for one another. Let us continue in the word so we'll have that strength in order to do this kind of thing. He also struck down an Egyptian who was 7.5 feet tall. The Egyptian, imagine, a 7.5 foot man standing there, which you've probably never seen, with a humongous spear like a weaver's rod in his hand. And what does this guy do? He has a little club like Fred Flintstone or Barney Rubble. And he comes, I don't know how he comes at him, but he comes at him with the zeal of the Lord. That must be for sure. Because he comes with the club, I don't know what he does, but he snatches that out of his hand and takes it and slays him right there. All proving that no one is too fierce to oppose God's people, no matter who we are. He took down 2 people, he took down a lion, and he also took down this giant. And so there's giants in the world of reasoning that try to dissuade us from the truth, but let us not be dissuaded. Like he grabbed that. Let's grab the sword of the Spirit, the word of God, which trumps everything else down. Let us not be scared of scientists. Let us not be intimidated by their eloquential arguments that try to knock down many. But let us be zealous for the Lord. Let us be full of his word and strive hard for him. Doesn't mean it's going to be super easy all the time. Doesn't mean sometimes we might fail or not. It means that we've got to be zealous for the Lord like this man.